Hey everybody, it's Aunt Vicky, Aunt Vicky's Craft Corner. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Stay tuned for after the intro.
I got a special guest.
Hi, it's me, Caitlyn. Y'all saw me in one of the videos about my transplant. And there's been a lot of questions, so we decided we was just going to do a Q&A. So just drop your questions below, and we'll answer them probably this week, next week, sometime.
Within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So any questions you want to ask, drop them down below, and we'll answer them. See you guys later. Bye.
So as you can see, that's my daughter Caitlyn, who had a double lung transplant. It was 5 years ago, this past March. She had her lung transplant March the 22nd, 2019. She's coming up on her 6-year lung anniversary. I have had quite a few people ask me questions about her transplant. And she told me, she said, well, Mom, why don't we just do a Q&A? I said, are you willing to do that, Caitlyn? She said, yeah. She said, I'm willing to do that. She said, I'd like to get the information out there. I know a lot of people have asked questions. So we decided that coming up in the next, I don't know if it's going to be within the next 2 weeks. She has to work a couple of days, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to schedule this. But we've decided to reach out to you all and let you, I made a short about that, and that's what you see previously. But we decided to let you all ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to make comments. Like I said, she would love to be able to have the opportunity to reach out and answer and connect with you all. So don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, if we think it's too personal, we just won't read them off. But, you know, it's through the grace of God that Caitlyn's still here. The grace of God, a great medical team, a donor who didn't have to give his organs, but he did. And, you know, we have our daughter here. I had put out a video, as you all seen, and it was about her journey. It was an emotional journey. Caitlyn was a trooper. She can even, if there's not a lot of questions, she can fill you in on the information that she has, like, you know, when she was diagnosed, when did she first start getting sick? You know, she's had G-tubes, she's had portacaths, she's had just a different thing. She's had numerous surgeries. I mean, there's any number of questions that you guys can ask. And she, you know, and if there's not a lot of questions, she can still, you know, just volunteer information to tell you all. But she has an awesome story and an awesome testimony to tell. You know, God's been really good to her. He's been really good to us. We could have asked for a better laid plan than what she went through. I mean, you know, you don't want to see your child suffer. You don't want to see your child struggle. And but at the end of things, it could have gone any better. You know, I do have a son, Dalton. He's going to be 25, July the 29th. And there was lots and lots of times that I had to leave Dalton with my parents and with Chris's parents, because my husband had to work. And I had to be with Caitlyn because she was so sick, and she would sometimes be in the hospital for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And there would be a week or so at a time that I didn't even get to see Dalton. You know, it hit us all pretty hard. This is not just a disease that affects this person with CF, and that's what she's got. She's got cystic fibrosis. I had lost a cousin to it. She would have been my age, and I'm 56, and I was born in February, and she was born in March. That's how close we were. She was diagnosed when she was less than 2 years old, and she only lived a couple of months after she was diagnosed. But this was in, you know, late 60s, early 70s, and there wasn't a whole lot that could be done back then. And now there's any number of things that can be done. You know, back then, the treatment was to put them in a mist tent, and now that's one of the worst things you can do, because, you know, that harbors bacteria, and bacteria is one of the worst things for a CF patient. But like I said, she would love to be able, she has held this condition very, very, very close to her chest. She never was one to talk about it. She never was one to complain. Unfortunately, to her detriment, she never would, I mean, she would downplay so many things in her life, because she was just so tired of being sick all the time, that she would downplay how sick she was. And if, you know, her dad and I happened to know what to look for, and then that helped us, you know, say, well, you know, it's time we got to do this, it's time we got to do that. But, you know, she fought tooth and nail. But it was that determination that helped her through her transplant, that helped her through her recovery, that helped her through her sickness. She was extremely, extremely sick before she got her transplant. I honestly don't think she would have lived out another 18 months. Honestly don't. That's how rapidly she was deteriorating. You know, they go by lung function. Her lung function was not good. It was in the 20s. You know, most people's were in the 90s and 100s, and hers was in the 20s. She was a very, very sick young lady. And, you know, Caitlyn and I, for a long time, just had, I don't want to say we just had, but Caitlyn and I had you know, she was my daughter, and Dalton's my son. But for so long, the overriding relationship that we had was patient-caregiver. You know, I did IVs, I did G-tube feeds, I did, actually, she's messaging me right now. We booked a vacay, she said. But anyway, what was I saying? I forgot what I was even saying. Oh, you know, there was so much that I had to do for her. And, you know, that a lot of the times we didn't get to build on that mother-daughter relationship, because, you know, I was so petrified of losing my daughter. And I was just like, I've got to stay on top of this to be able to have my daughter. And, you know, I stepped in that role as a caregiver. And now that she has gotten this transplant, she is doing so well. She has met an awesome young man named Stephen, and we love Stephen dearly. She's doing so well that we actually forget that she's got CF. And we were out today, and she has developed a little bit of a cough, which is, you know, something that she'll always have CF. But she's developed a cough, and used to, before she had her transplant, I could track her. If she got away from me somewhere, I could always track her by her cough, because I knew what her cough sounded like, and it was so bad that I could track her. Well, today I heard her cough, and I was like, wow, deja vu. You know, I'm right back there. I knew exactly where she was, and I could go find her. But because of her transplant, that very seldom happens anymore. And we are able to have that great mother-daughter best friend relationship. And we do. She's my best friend, really. She's my best friend. So, like I said, feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to make comments. You know, she's a beautiful, beautiful soul. And she wants to help and reach out to other people. And she's got a great story to tell. It's a great story. So, please, leave your comments, leave your questions, whatever it is that you may want. Leave them down below. And like I said, if there's not a lot of questions, she'll still tell her story, because she's got like I said, it's a great story. So, now, don't forget to tune in. I'm not sure when it's going to be. Like I said, it'll probably be within the next 2 weeks. I know she has to go to work next Sunday. Anyway, don't forget, I'll let you all know. I'll make a short and tell you all when the video is going to be. And please watch. She would love to be able to reach out to everyone. So please watch and share her story when she tells it. So like I said, please leave any questions, any comments down below. We may have pictures to show you. We may there's different things that we may be able to share with you. So don't forget, tune in, ask those questions, send those comments. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit that notification button, and to share this video. Until next time, my crafty crew. See ya. Bye.